You know, we build some truly incredible things these days. Fighter jets, massive warships, you name it. But have you ever stopped to wonder how we manage all the information to keep them running? Especially when the instruction manuals could literally fill an entire library.
I want you to imagine something. You're a technician, something has gone wrong, and the pressure is on. The one instruction you need is on a single page, but it's buried somewhere inside 500 different binders. The clock is ticking. And this isn't some made-up scenario, right? For decades, this was the absolute reality for maintenance crews.
The scale of this problem is it's mind-boggling. I mean, think about a simple table fan. It probably comes with a little 2-page leaflet. A modern warship? We're talking about more than 100,000 pages, spread across 500 books. Now imagine trying to find how one tiny part in Book 12 connects to a system described in Book 347. It's a logistical nightmare.
So clearly, this was a problem that needed a solution, and a smart one at that. The defense and aerospace worlds came up with something called the Ietm. Its whole purpose was to take that mountain of paper and transform it into information that was actually useful and, instantly accessible.
So what exactly is an Ietm? Well, the name stands for Interactive Electronic Technical Manual. But honestly, that name kind of undersells it. This is not just a digital book. It is a full-on software system. It takes all that text, all those complex diagrams and charts, and converts it all into a powerful, interconnected database that you navigate with special software.
And I really have to hammer this point home. We are not just talking about a searchable PDF. It's a completely different way of thinking. There's a quote that just nails it. An Ietm is not a Word file or PDF file. An Ietm means a database plus an Ietm viewer. All the information lives in a structured, intelligent database. The viewer is just your smart window to get into it.
Now, a system this advanced didn't just appear out of thin air. It was an evolution. Ietms have actually gone through several different stages over the years, getting more and more sophisticated with each step.
The best way to think about it is like levels in a video game. Level 1, that's just a basic scan of a page, a picture, really, kind of useless. Level 2 gets you a PDF with some clickable links, maybe in the table of contents, getting warmer. Level 3 starts to feel a bit like a website built with HTML. But level 4 is the boss level. That's where everything moves into a proper database, and that's what unlocks all the amazing features we're about to dive into. There is a theoretical level 5, by the way, where the manual actually talks to the equipment, but for now, level 4 is the gold standard. So what is it about a level 4 Ietm that makes it so much better than a stack of books or a folder full of PDFs? Well, it all comes down to one simple concept: true, built-from-the-ground-up interactivity.
Let's start with something we all know: hyperlinks. We click them all day on the web. Now imagine that power inside a technical manual. You're reading a troubleshooting guide, you see a reference to a schematic, you click it, and boom, you're looking right at it. No more flipping through hundreds of pages trying to find Appendix B2. And then you have Hotspots. These are fantastic. They let you add layers of information without making the screen a cluttered mess. A technician can just hover their mouse over some technical jargon and a definition pops right up. Or they can hover over a part in a diagram to see a close-up photo or maybe even a quick video. It keeps the main view clean while making deep information just a gesture away.
And the list just keeps going. I mean, think about a keyword search that can scan all 100,000 pages in a fraction of a second. The ability for technicians to leave their own digital bookmarks and sticky notes for the next shift. It even keeps a history of what you've looked at. You can embed videos, 3D models you can spin around. It's the complete digital toolkit for the modern technician. So this system is obviously incredibly powerful for the person using it. But how does something like this even come together? Well, an Ietm isn't just one piece of software, it's an entire ecosystem. That ecosystem usually breaks down into 3 core components that all have to work together perfectly. You have the viewer for the person on the ground, the administrator for managing the system, and the authoring tool for actually creating the content. So the viewer. We've talked a lot about this part. It's the front-end application, it's what the technician actually sees and uses to do their job. And it has to be fast, intuitive, and absolutely rock-solid reliable. Next up is the administrator module. You can think of this as the mission control for the whole system. This is where you manage user accounts, track who's looking at what, and, this is critical, control permissions. So, for example, you can make it so that only a certified electrician can access the high-voltage schematics. That's a huge layer of safety and security.
And finally, there's the authoring tool. This is the really specialized, heavy-duty software that the original manufacturer uses to build the Ietm from the ground up. This is where they take those thousands of pages of documents, feed them into the system, convert it all into that database structure, and then painstakingly add all those hyperlinks, hotspots, and interactive features.
Now, a technology this sophisticated has become globally recognized for one very simple reason. Its impact in the real world is just enormous.
And like any mature technology, there are standards to make sure everything plays nicely together. The two big ones you'll hear about are JSG 0852, that's the Indian defense standard, and it's typically built on SQL databases. The other is S1000D, a major European aerospace standard that uses XML. The tech specs are different, but the goal is exactly the same: create structured, reliable data that can be used anywhere.
And this brings us right back to the original problem. Why go through all this trouble? Because the payoff is massive. Maintenance and repair times are slashed. Human error goes way, way down. That means the equipment is more reliable and ready to go. You don't need a warehouse just for paper anymore. This technology directly improves efficiency, safety, and readiness. It just works.
So, when you get right down to it, an Ietm isn't just an upgrade from paper to screen. It's a completely new paradigm. It's a fundamental shift in the way we humans interact with our most complex machines. It turns documentation from a passive thing you read into an active, intelligent partner in getting the job done.
And it really makes you wonder, right? If we can make the manual for a warship this smart and this interactive, what's next? What other massive, complex systems, things like medical records or even entire legal codes, are just waiting for their own Level 4 revolution? It's a pretty exciting thought.